Hey guys, welcome back to this amazing channel in which today we are doing something new. That is, we are going to start a very special series which is called as game review series, in which we are going to review the games of some top or some famous chess creators. So today we are going to start with this is the first season, by the way, if you don't know, and we are going to start with GM Hikaru's with ChessBraniac on Twitch versus. This is a 3 minute game, so let's start reviewing. We will use the review system of the chess.com for help. So let's start. So the Hikaru has moved his pawn from e2 to e4, which which tries to control the center. His opponent then moved his pawn from c7 to c5, which is the opening of Sicilian defense. This move is generally done to control the d4 square. Then Hikaru opens his knight, moving his knight from b1 to b3, which controls the d5 square and which also activates the knight and also protects this pawn which is present on e4. Then his opponent moved his pawn to d6, which protects this pawn and also guard the e5 square. Then GM Hikaru played a stunning move. He moved his pawn from f2 to f4, capturing the most of the central space. Then his opponent activated his knight by moving his knight to f6. Hikaru also did the same. He also activated the knight from g1 to g3, which helps him to control e5 square and also helps him to control d4 square. Then his opponent made a move by moving his pawn to g6, which helps him to activate his knight further. Bishop further. The chess engine is saying that he should move like this, but okay. Then he made a stunning move by moving his pawn to e5, which attacks this pawn and also attacks this knight. Surely the opponent will take his pawn and there would be a pawn exchange, and this will force the knight to change its position. So as you can see, he moved the opponent of the Hikaru. If you don't know, the opponent has black pieces and the Hikaru has white pieces. So the opponent of Hikaru played this knight to d5, which offers an exchange of the knight. Let's see what happens. Then Hikaru activated his bishop by moving it to c4, which attacks the knight. His opponent has captured his knight. Now Hikaru has double pawn system, which can be a disadvantage for him. His opponent then activated his bishop, which gives him more central squares and sorry, sorry, and also threatens this pawn. But this pawn is protected by Hikaru's knight, so there is not such big problem. Now the Hikaru castled, giving the rook an advantage, open advantage, and open f5. Not it is not open, but yeah, it is somewhat active. His opponents also copies him and also castles. No, short side. He moved his queen from d1 to e1. See, the chess engine is saying this misses an opportunity to reveal an attack on the pawn. According to the chess engine, wait. Sorry. According to the chess engine, the best move was this, which attacks on the pawn. Oh, the rook has then the f file is more open for the rook, which is somewhat threatens the king, because this and this you can see in front of your eyes, but this doesn't happen in the game. Hikaru moved his queen from d1 to e1. I think so he did it on purpose, because He was thinking to protect his pawn, but let's see what happens next. His opponent activates another knight by moving it to c6. Karu moved his pawn to d3, which protects the bishop and also protects this bishop and also activates this bishop, giving it more squares to move. The opponent is offering an exchange of his bishop by moving his bishop onto e6. According to the chess engine, he should move from c8 to g4. Let's see what the chess engine is saying. This misses a better way to develop a bishop of its starting square. This allows the opponent to force the double pawns. Double pawns? How? Let's see. How? Wait. Oh, if the bishops are exchanged, then there will be a formation of double pawns, which is generally not advantageous like here. Because then you cannot move this pawn, no, because it is, sorry, you cannot move this pawn because of the front pawn. This is disadvantageous for him. Let's see what happens next. Sorry, exit. As you can see, the Hikaru has retrieved his bishop by moving it to b3. The idea is if the bishop captures, then Hikaru will captures with his pawn, which presents an open, not, this is not an open, but activating the rook and giving more squares the rook to move. As you can see, the black pieces have fallen for this trap. According to chess engine, the best move was this, because then if the opponent, which is ChessBraniac, I don't want to pronounce his name. So if, according to the chess engine, if this move had happened, then there would be formation of triple pawns. Or then bishop has to go somewhere else. And if the double pawn system is disadvantageous, the triple pawn system is more disadvantageous for the white here. But the bishop captures. See, the pawn has moved to b3 square, activating the king. Sorry, rook. The queen has moved from d8 to d7, which helps to connect the rooks. See, now the rooks are connected. Now the Hikaru has activated his bishop by moving it to f4 square. Oh. Now his opponent has moved his pawn to b7 to b5, which threatens an attack on left side of the pieces. The queen has entered into the game because Hikaru has moved his queen from e1 to h4, which I don't think is good. According to chess engine, it is also not good because the queen is vulnerable to attacks then. But uh, this move can be made because of attacking the king, but it is not possible because there is no rook here. So let's see what his opponent moved. His opponent has moved his pawn to h5, which is not bad. But if he had moved his pawn here, then there would be a four, four. Let's see what happens next. He has moved his rook to e1. Let's see what the chess engine says. This misses an opportunity to punish the opponent's mistake. Let's see what was the best move here that Hikaru should have played according to the chess.com chess engine. I think so. This is not best move but optimal move, because this forces a pressure on the black f7 pawn, which is very near to the king, as you know, which hampers the protection of the king. Let's see after this move of where Hikaru has moved his rook from a1 to e1. Let's see what the opponent has done. According to chess.com engine, it is a great move, and according to me also, this is a great move because it offers an equal trade of pieces. See, as you can see, both have equal number of materials, so there is not. I don't think, yeah. If the rook was present at h1, if the castling thing was not happened earlier, then it was not a good move. But it is a, according to chess.com engine, this is a good move to moving the queen from 2g4. Is the Hikaru not accepted the trade and moved his bishop to g5. Let's see what the chess.com engine has to say on this. This moves the bishop to a more active square, giving it a more square. Yes. Now the bishop is more activated than before. The opponent has captured the queen of Hikaru, and the exchange of queen has happened here, as you can see. This is not a good move because then it opens a diagonal, because as you can see, the Hikaru has dark squared bishops. So this can open a attack on the rook, which can be led to an uncomfortable position later on. According to chess.com engine, the best move was in this case scenario to move the pawn to a5, which, as you can see, if this happens, then there would be a lot of pressure on the left side because there is no pawns or something here. So let's see what happens next. He has moved his rook from e1 to e4, which is not good, not bad. Okay move. See, now he has done this by moving his pawn to a7 to a5, which is good in this case because there is an open a file which the pawn can use for the promotion. Now, as you can see, the focus which was on the right side of the board is now gradually going to the left side of the board, because the bishop also retreats here. Now let's see what happens. See. He has moved his rook to c8, giving extra reinforcements on the left side of the board. Hikaru also have moved his rook to a1. You can see now the shift is being done from the right side to the left side, where earlier the focus of the game was on the right side of the board. Now the focus of the board is on the left side of the board. Let's see what happens next. I don't know why he has retreated the knight. The chess engine, according to me, here is nice because if the bishop has moved onto f8 square, then it gives an extra reinforcement and also gives an extra attack, opportunity of extra attack on the left side of the board. But by moving the knight here, it decreases the protection that it was providing earlier, which is not a great sign. Let's see what the Hikaru has moved. Hikaru has moved a very good move by moving his pawn to c4, which attacks this pawn. The opponent has also made a very good move by moving his pawn to b4, which is good. The rook here has made a nice move here. I tell you why. Because if this happens And if this happens, there is a simple exchange of the pieces and this pawn would be out of the lead. There would be no other protection other than rook. There would be no protection for the pawn. So this is a good move by Hikaru. The opponent has retreated his knight again. The Hikaru has captured the bishop because he thought, sorry, Hikaru has captured the pawn because he thought it was a good move. But I think it is not a good move because if this happens, then actually he will be an advantage of an extra pawn, the black pieces, because the black can move here, revealing an attack on the bishop. So let's see what happens next. See, I told you the free pawn has awarded to the Hikaru's opponent. Let's see what happens next. The knights are knight. He captured the knight. Now the rook has captured the bishop. Now I think so. Wait. The opponent is 1 point. No, is not ahead. Actually, there is a bar in with you cannot see the bar, but according to the recording software, there should be a bar at the top. So that is why I cannot see the opponent name or the number what is written here, how many points advantage the opponent is. I have to first remove the bar, then see how many points the opponent is on advantage. But there's nil. Hikaru has provided reinforcement to his knight by moving his knight to d4 square. Knight was attacked like this, and this knight was attacked by two ways. He has retreated his rook, but according to me and according to I think Chess Engine, yes, according to Chess Engine also, he should have connected both the rooks because that then it is an advantageous position for black. But let's see what happens next. No, this is wrong. The knight should be here only because it has two protections. If the pawn came here, then it is another case scenario. But you have to activate your king in the pieces because if the king comes here, it provides a good reinforcement for these pieces on the left side. See, the Chess Engine is also saying this is not the best. F3 is an inaccuracy. Now, as you can see, the king is now marching towards the center, which should be there. This is not right move because the bishop is, you can see the bishop has now more squares. Earlier it has only this much squares to move. Now the bishop has more square to move. But this rook can be a disadvantage for the black in the later part of the game. So he should have moved his pawn to f5 for this matter. And let's see what happens next. The king is coming at the center gradually. He has just wasted his moves. As you can see, first here, then here. There is no point. Let's see what happens next. I think here in the mind of Hikaru, he wanted to advance his pawn so that, I don't know why, but according to the Chess Engine, he should have moved his king to the central position. The rook has been here. I think the rook has been here to balance the position. The king is now coming at the center by the Hikaru. There is a blunder because let me tell you why. This move loses a pawn. I think let Chess Engine gives. I want to give the Chess Engine one chance to show you how this move is a blunder. So let's click on the show move icon. Yes, see why this move was a blunder. The blunder has been made. Hikaru is marching towards the center. This is a good move by doubling the rooks, making it connected, which provides greater use. Pawn has been made capturable. This is good by the way, because here you can attack this pawn. By here moving you can attack this pawn. This is solid choice. Here it also same. Hikaru, as you can see, captured the free pawn. As you can see, the rook moved here. To provide the reinforcement, Hikaru has moved his rook to e2, which protects the pawn on c2. I tell you why this is a good move, because by moving here you can attack this pawn, which is marching towards promotion, which is not good for the black pieces. This is also a good move by moving. Hikaru has, as you can see, moved his pawn from e5 to e6, which attacks this pawn. And also, if the pawn captures on e5, he can simply capture the pawn, and this is complete e file for the rook, complete a file for the rook, complete a and e file are open for the rooks, which is good. But there is a twist in the game. He hasn't captured, but he has moved his knight here. He should capture. It was not free pawn but exchange. Let's see what happens next. The knight has been attacked by the pawn. I don't know why he is not capturing this pawn. The knight has been attacked by the king. Rook, as you can see. Now the knight has captured the pawn. Balanced move made by black pieces. And after moving here, the black pieces have resigned. So this is the full game review of the match that has been played by the Hikaru. So I hope to see you in the next video soon. Thank you for being here.